One of my biggest model edges comes this Thursday night. In this video, I'm going to break down my favorite wager for week 4 Thursday night football between the Cardinals and the Seahawks with plenty of analysis. Now, welcome to the channel. My name is Peter Apple, and this is the home for all of my NFL picks moving forward. And now, the best way to keep these picks free, all I ask, doesn't cost you a cent. Just hit that big red subscribe button. So also turn on post notifications so you're notified for all of my picks moving forward. And on this video in particular, again, all I ask, hit that like button and comment down below. What do you think about this pick? And what are your favorite picks for week 4 Thursday night football? I'd love to start a little discourse in the comment section below. A reminder that you can find all of my picks on BetMGM. Just remember to use code JUSTGridiron, because if you're new and your first pick loses, you're going to get it all back in bonus bets up to $1,500. A reminder, it's code JUSTGridiron on BetMGM. Let's do some accounting before I break into the pick like we do on every Thursday night football video. Last week, 4-2, very solid. And this season, we are 11-9, up 1.93 units. I think it's a very solid start to the season so far, but I, of course, and I assume you do too, want more. Now, there are some bad beats filtered into those 9 losses, but that's just the nature of betting on football. You're going to have bad beats. You're going to have lucky wins. That just is what it is. But of course, I'm remembering the bad beats more than the lucky winners, but whatever. Let's break into my favorite pick for this game. If you've been a follower of the channel, you know that I have a heavy position against the Seahawks on their win total. It's my biggest NFL future of the season. So my model's still not that high on the Seattle Seahawks, and I make the Cardinals -1 favorites. Now, I'm not super high on them either, but if I were to pick a side for this game, give me the Cardinals on the ML. Seattle, though, has won 5 of the last 5 matchups in this divisional matchup. I think Arizona can squash that, but I'm not going to step in the middle. It's the total, though, that has really caught my eye. I think a common thought for folks here when looking at this game is going to be towards the under. Divisional game in prime time, you're going to find plenty of 58% trends to go under, right? The Seahawks defense is getting rave reviews in the media. They have yet to allow 20 points in the game. And the Cardinals only put up 15 points last week, and 2 of those were off a safety. However, when I dove into the matchup, I really do think this is going to be a sneaky high-scoring game. A big reason why I think this is going to be sneaky high scoring, and I think both teams are going to be in the mid-20s when it comes down to their point total, is because I think this is going to be a pass-heavy game script. If we look at Arizona, James Conner just went down, and Seattle just hasn't been able to run the ball effectively through their first 3 weeks. Even in last week's game against New Orleans, right? They're up big. You should be able to run the ball in New Orleans. Kenneth Walker carried the ball 16 times for 38 yards. 16 times for 38 yards? Now, Zach Charbonnet is going to be back, but it's still not a good rushing attack. And on Arizona's side, without James Conner, I like Benson. 2 not very good rushing attacks. Both these teams should be passing heavier than usual. And both defenses can be beaten through the air. Seattle ranks 18th in success rate against the pass. Against decent competition, how would you say this? Brock Purdy, without his normal weapons, Aaron Rodgers, and who else did he face? Spencer Rattler? While the Seahawks haven't allowed 20-plus points all season long, the Cardinals are the best offense that they have faced by EPA per play. Now, the one area Seattle has really struggled against is these explosive passes on in-breakers. Now, what does that mean? Like ins, digs, slants, posts. Again, not against stellar competition. And the Cardinals lead the league in EPA per play or EPA per dropback on those throws. The Seattle Seahawks secondary is also not in the best health spot. Defensive backs Devon Witherspoon and Julian Love. It was just announced that they don't have an injury designation, but both have been limited in practice all week, and this is a short turnaround. Julian Love's backup, also their rookie safety, is doubtful for this game. It's not a huge deal, but it's definitely not a clean bill of health. And now the Seahawks, they're exceptional against the run. And the Cardinals don't really have any ways to get around that. What's that going to do? Force Kyler to use his arm a lot, which can lead to interceptions. Good field position for Seattle. It can also lead to big plays. Incomplete passes, clock stoppage, and using his legs to get out from traffic. All things that I want when looking towards an over. Now, the same thing, though, that I just kind of not trashed Seattle, but just an edge I see the same for Arizona, and I think it's going to be even worse. I said last week that Arizona's cluster injuries in the secondary would prove to be an issue. But the reason I took the Cardinals plus 2.5 was I thought that Mac Jones with no weapons was not going to be able to take advantage. Sam Darnold in a dome should have a much easier time. Now, credit where credit is due. Respect to Sam Darnold, man. I was low going in. We'll see if that ends up coming true over the season. But right now, he looks fantastic. He's fifth in EPA plus completion percentage over expectation among all quarterbacks, and his connection with Jackson Smith and Jigba is dangerous. Arizona has played a pretty easy schedule of offenses and yet ranks 25th in success rate against the pass. Arizona also plays the fourth most too high coverage in the league, and Seattle averages the fifth most yards per dropback in the league against those looks. Arizona is excellent against the run, so the Seahawks should also lean on the pass here. So everything I said about the Cardinals is kind of same for the Seahawks. Pass heavy game script. Love that when looking at overs. Now, Kyler Murray has a lot of trends. Electric as an underdog, horrible as a favorite. Electric to the under on the road, electric to the over at home. Per Evan Abrams of Action Network, in his career, he's 26 and 18 to the over at home, the fourth best mark of 120 qualified quarterbacks. That makes total sense to me. Arizona is a dome environment that plays fast, and his numbers at home are better than they are on the road. And on the flip side, we also saw what Sam Darnold did with Minnesota in a dome last year. This will be his first start for the Seahawks in a dome environment. The matchup points to a pass heavy game script on both sides against secondaries that I think can be exploited. My model makes the total closer to 46. So anything up to 44 is a play for me. So I took the over 43 at minus 115. I want to make sure I get that key number, but really anything up to 44 is good with me for 1.5 units, as I'm showing more value than usual. So hopefully you enjoyed that breakdown. Bet again, the best way to support this channel for absolutely free. Just hit the like button, subscribe, comment down below what you think of these plays. And all we got to do is remind ourselves it's not gambling advice.